Mama clock, 24/7, Tik Tok. Postpartum is so real. How do all you mamas deal? Have a baby, take them home. Now we're supposed to act so grown. Up all night, what a sin. Now my anxiety's creeping in. Feel alone, not myself. Now my husband wants a MILF. Fuck that, don't touch me. I'm all touched out, can't you see? My body's changed, it's not my own. Try me and I'll fake a moan. Zombie mode, no sign of stop. I run the ship, it's mama clock.
Hello?
You guys, stop. Is it mama clock yet? I'm going crazy.
Heck yeah. It's Mama Clock somewhere. Welcome back.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here. Episode 2.
I can't believe we're on episode 2 right now.
And you know what else? I can't believe we have a following.
We have a following.
Like, people are asking for us.
People are waiting for this episode to drop.
I know.
It's crazy. Doesn't it feel so good?
Yeah, it feels good.
Episode 2. I feel like this is what the people wanted.
I know.
People are asking for this from us.
And here we are. We had a little bit of a
hiatus.
Not really, but
Not really.
our schedules got in the way.
We have kids. Like, what are we going to do?
It's hard listening to us, moms out there.
I appreciate the 10-minute increments.
Yes, I love that. My friends are like, okay, I just listened for 5 minutes folding laundry and then.
Yeah. I love it. Cool. Well, not only do we have a following,
we need people, when you watch us, when you listen to us, we need to subscribe.
You need to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe to our episode.
You press a couple buttons.
$0.
Yeah, just subscribe.
All you have to do is use your fingers.
Yes.
That's it.
Easy.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Do you hear me? Subscribe.
Subscribe.
What did I say?
Do it. Subscribe.
Thank you. Okay, well, anywho, not only do we have a huge following.
Huge. We have
a partnership with...
Drumroll, please.
Juicy Tits Vodka. Look at these tits.
She's hot.
Hot.
I would have a statue of her in my room.
I don't even want to drink it. I just want to keep it displayed.
I know. I can't believe we have a partnership with vodka. It's like my dream.
Well, anyway, mamas, you know the drill. If it's been a day, the kind where your hair is in a claw clip, your coffee has gone cold, and bedtime has felt like a full-blown hostage negotiation. What do? You grab your Stanley and you pour yourself a shot of Juicy Tits Vodka. It's smooth, it's gluten-free vodka that is made for moms that do everything. It's distilled, clean, goes down easy, and don't forget, it is non-GMO corn. Pairs perfectly with silence.
Oh, I love that.
Whether you're hiding in the pantry or celebrating bedtime like it's New Year's Eve, Juicy Tits is your new go-to.
Wait, my baby's calling me. Hold on. Hi, babe. What's up? Oh, it'll be here soon, okay? Your belt's gonna be there soon. I don't know. Check for the Amazon truck, okay? Mommy's gotta go. I love you so much. Look, I'm on set. Gotta go. Hey.
That was perfect. We're gonna use that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, sipping with a purpose. Every bottle goes to breast cancer. It's Mama Clock somewhere. Take that shot, baby. You've earned it.
Had a long ass day. Baby on your hip. Grab yourself a bottle of delicious Juicy Tits. For all you grass-fed, organic moms out there, distilled, gluten-free, makes the perfect pair. Grab your big Stanley and give yourself a pour. It's Mama Clock summer and Mama needs some more. Don't feel guilty. Every sip helps fight the fight. Proceeds go to Pink, raising hope each night.
Woo! All right, we're going to try this. Let's go, baby.
Cheers, baby. Oh, that's smooth. I don't even think I made a face. Oh my God, that's actually so good. I would do that before bedtime and be like smooth sailing.
Not before bedtime. I would throw up. I am not a shot drinker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
That made me nervous.
I like that. Juicy Tits, everyone.
Juicy Tits Vodka, a liquor store near you. Okay.
I needed that shot so bad. You know why? It has been spring break all week. In my house.
3 kids, home, spring break.
And like, I have never texted my husband so much. Your children.
Does he answer you?
Your children are doing this. And he texts back, what do you mean my children? Our children.
Yeah.
You wanted this life. And I was like, no, your child is going to drive me off.
Which one? Oldest, youngest?
Well, oldest, Joey, is just relentless. Everything he does, he doesn't stop. He will not stop until I say yes. Will not.
The one who just called you.
Yes. And he just called me. And I forgot to put my phone on. He would probably still, he called me 3 times before I just answered.
And you didn't realize it?
No, I saw it, but I mean, we're filming here.
No, it's not.
Relentless.
Not
I knew he wasn't going to stop.
Yeah.
But But I have to say, spring break's it's like, what day is it? Thursday? Tomorrow's Friday. It's my daughter's birthday, her third birthday.
I can't believe your second is 3.
I know. It's crazy.
Crazy.
So we went to Rhode Island to visit my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And my 3-year-old, or almost 3-year-old, is usually in a crib. She's been in a crib her whole life, okay? We go there. I didn't bring a second pack and play because my youngest was in the pack and play. So she slept in a regular bed.
For the first time?
For the first time. I can't tell you how terrifying it is to wake up in the middle of the night and see a little 3-foot girl in a nightgown with brown hair at your bedside.
Wait, who is that?
It's
Who
like
is
The Exorcist.
No,
Emily Rose. Or
no,
something.
the with the circle ring.
Yeah, the ring.
Ring.
Yeah, she was the ring
Yeah.
girl.
I
I
hated that
literally
movie.
was like, startled by my own daughter because
she's
I'm not
like,
used to. Yeah, mommy, go back in your crib. I'm scared.
She would scare me too in
No,
the middle of the
she's
night.
terrifying.
Yeah,
Why?
she's like dark
Yeah.
skin.
I mean, I'm not ready for her not to be in a crib because if that happens every night, I'm going to have nightmares.
No, stop. That scares me.
It was so scary. So note to self, cut my daughter's hairs.
No, just chop the hair off.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So yeah, but I've had a week. That
Yeah, but spring break's over.
I mean, until Wednesday next
Oh.
week. Yeah, it's a long one.
Week and a half?
Yeah, not sure why.
I don't know if I can handle that.
It's been a
3
lot.
kids home.
And our water pipes burst. We had no water in our house. The water was sprinkling all over our basement. It's been a week.
Do you don't understand what that would do to me? Because you know me, I'm like clean. I
Yeah,
mean, like my house
no.
is clean. I would sell.
Yeah. So,
House is for sale.
get out.
No, for sale sign outside. No, I could
How's
never.
your week going?
My week. So I've had a good week, other than the fact that this is going to sound crazy. People are like, "Why aren't you excited?" We're leaving for Vegas tomorrow morning.
Wow.
First of all, everything needs to be done before I leave
Yeah.
the state. Like everything needs to be in line. Obviously, my son is going with my mother-in-law, and my dog is going going with one of my friends from home.
All right. So you have all your bases
I have all my
covered.
bases covered, but it's a lot. Like
Oh yeah. I mean, it's
to think about.
even just leaving
leaving.
the house.
Yeah,
but you're
leaving the
going
house,
to another
right.
state.
I'm leaving. My son's going somewhere. My dog's going somewhere else. I have to get myself packed and ready. My son.
I feel like you won't really breathe until like you're on the plane.
Or landed.
Or
If I'm landed in Vegas.
All right, landed.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be like we're going for a wedding. It's also my husband's 35th birthday, so it's exciting. I'm ready to go, but I have never left my son. I've left my son, and I've left him for like more than 2 days, but he's never been at this state, but he's in this
'Cause
stage
he's like,
now.
he knows you're
He's
going.
in the
It's a
mama
mommy,
stage.
yeah.
Like everything's mama. He knows when I'm leaving. He knows when I'm coming back. He
Right.
knows when I'm doing something. Like he knows me
It's definitely a lot
as
harder
mama
to leave
now.
them when they're older,
Yeah.
as opposed to when they're just blobs. And
So that's my struggle right now. And I know it's going to be fine, but I'm just like, I'm very sensitive if like I get a phone call, my mother's like, everything's great, but like I couldn't get him down. Like it will just bother me.
right.
And I know it's not anybody's fault. I'll just feel like,
You'll just be thinking about it. But
yeah,
just
like
be on the blackjack table and take a shot from me.
I can't play blackjack. I do roulette.
All right, fine, relax.
My husband does black.
Put all our money on Red 7.
But that's my struggle of the week. I just feel like I feel guilty. I feel like I'm going to be really upset that he's going to be upset, or if he knows, like, and I know he's going to be mama, mama, mama. And then everyone's going to tell me that he won't stop saying mama. And then I'm really going to feel bad.
Yeah, but
It's like
need
when
to
people
not talk
tell
about
me.
it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
the problem.
ignorance is bliss in that
Just don't
situation.
tell me.
Just
I
don't tell me.
best when
Yeah.
people don't tell me.
Yeah. And honestly, I haven't left my kids so much, but FaceTiming sometimes is harder because then they
Yes.
see you.
Yes,
And then
feel
they
better,
get
and I feel
upset.
bad not FaceTime, but I feel better when I don't.
Yeah.
I'm literally the placebo effect. If you
Yeah.
don't tell me,
Yeah.
I won't. No,
Yeah.
it won't bother me.
Right.
So just let him live his life, and
Yeah.
then I will come home to him.
Yeah.
So that's my struggle of the week, but it's absolutely positively fine. I know everything's gonna be good.
Yeah. And you're
But
gonna
I'm
have a great-
excited. I'm so excited. We're leaving tomorrow morning, and we love Vegas. We went the half of our end of our honeymoon, so we're excited to be back. And
I
it's
love
gonna be a good-
Vegas.
And like we're not in the party era, but we could still,
Party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Live your best life.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Anywho,
Our first
let's
topic.
get into it. I'm really excited for this week, episode 2, because it really resonates with me.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about all things postpartum, as well as relationships after a baby.
Yes. All about relationships.
All about it. And we're going to get pretty deep. So I'm excited in the sense I feel like it's just, I don't know about anybody else, but I do best when I talk about things.
Yeah. We like to talk it out.
We like to talk it out. And that's what we're going to do. So anyway, we're going to start with postpartum. I feel like this is a very wide range subject.
Yes.
And
I just like everybody has their own experience
Yes.
and no experience is better or worse. It's just we're talking about our experiences and what we went through.
yeah, and again, We don't know facts.
No, but
we
I
know
did,
some. We
I
did
did
research.
research some things, which I will whip out.
We did a little bit of research. But anyway, this is all just from my experience. And it is so general. It is so different from anybody else's story. But I'm hoping that some people can relate
Yeah.
and even like chime in because, again, I'm still on the path of help and struggle.
Recovery.
So, path of recovery. That shot really did me good. By the way, that
I mean,
taste is still lingering in my mouth. It's so good.
I could have another.
Do you want to have another? Have another.
I mean,
Have another.
because
I'm not a good shot taker, but
so
that
good.
vodka is an 11 out of 10.
It is like so smooth.
You're
Like, I can't even tell you. I'll do like a baby, but
Like
seriously.
it's like drinking water, literally. A little bit harder.
No, it's still good. I always make that shot face, but
Yeah,
it's gonna be-
seriously.
so I'm like a Tito's Grey Goose, but like juicy tits. Here we are.
I'm definitely taking that with me to Vegas.
Oh yeah,
Packing it
in.
with me. Okay, so let's just get into it. I feel like I want to start off with my birth story.
Oh,
Quick and easy.
okay.
Not easy, but like quick little
Yeah, just do a
background
little
story.
because no one really.
Yeah.
I feel like when moms ask like, "Oh, how was your labor? How was your birth story?" Like they don't really
Get into
care.
it. Yeah.
I mean, they might care a little bit. But,
Did you have,
she's
no, did you have a
fine.
C-section or
Yeah.
natural? Like that's always the
So just do
baseline
like a little
question.
gist.
By the way, both are hard. So I had a very good pregnancy.
Mhm.
I was huge. I gained about like 60, 70 pounds.
Nice,
Fine. But
nice.
I was
love
pretty
that.
big, but really good pregnancy.
I love when people get big.
You really do. It's like awful. Anyway, really good pregnancy. And not that I enjoyed it. I couldn't wait for the baby to come out. I was easy. You're so weird.
I loved
can't.
everything about.
I know. That's why I know you're going to have a fourth and it's stressing me out to think about.
I'm not. I might.
Are you pregnant?
Yeah. Juicy tits announcement.
Yeah. So, all right. So really good pregnancy. And I was induced.
First of all, with your pregnancy, did you feel extra hormonal? Like more anxiety or
No, I was
hormonal
so
that-
chill.
Oh, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Good for your
Right,
husband.
huh?
Thank
I was
God.
so chill.
I mean, chill for her is like
Yeah. Like
don't know.
I'm not chill.
no. Her chill level is
An 11
Mm.
out of 10.
chill level is 0 if you're
Oh.
chill.
I had too much espresso. Really easy pregnancy.
Good.
But I wasn't dilating. It was due date, so they induced me. I was like, let's go. I'm too big for this. Went in. They induced me. I got the balloon. Didn't hurt. Everyone was like, it's going to be the worst part. Nothing.
I
Easy
hated the
breezy.
balloon.
Yeah, it was easy breezy.
Mhm.
Dilated to 6.5 centimeters. I was like, I was watching like Chicago PD, my favorite show, enjoying my life. I was like, oh, this is going to be so much fun. So, and I was induced. I said that already, 6.5 centimeters. Then it started to take a turn. I wasn't dilating anymore. Fine. They gave me an epidural
Mm-hmm.
because I started to feel contractions.
Thank God for epidurals.
Doesn't work.
Oh, that's terrible.
Then they gave me, I don't know names. I'm not a doctor. I don't know this shit. But they gave me another pain med. Didn't work. Dilated to about like 7.5, 8 centimeters. Gave me another epidural. Didn't work. Mind you, I'm contracting. I'm praying to the Lord up above to save me. That's
Mhm.
literally what I'm doing.
Mhm.
My poor husband. And doesn't work. Pain meds doesn't work. Now this is along like 21 hours. Get to 9.5 centimeters. They gave me a third epidural. I'm convulsing at this point.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Is it
Hitting the
horror
button
story?
doesn't work. No pain meds, 9.5 centimeters. I'm screaming on the top. I'm not even screaming because I'm in so much pain. I'm not
You
even
can't.
talking.
You're just like
Doctor comes in. She's like, all right, we're going to push. I'm like, I'm 9.5 centimeters. She's like, we're going to push.
open that baby up.
Legs are spread.
Ugh.
And my husband's in there and we see hair. He's halfway out. I'm like, oh, this is great. I felt so much relief. It was the best part of my day after like 18 hours. So I pushed for probably like 2 hours. Comes halfway out. She goes, all right, we're gonna hold off for another 45 minutes to an hour. Hold off. He's halfway out of my chotch. What do you mean hold off? She has me sit there and now he's
the baby hanging
yeah,
out.
hanging out. Now it's probably like 2 hours. She comes back and she has me push again.
Yeah.
She's like, calling it C-section. Grey's Anatomy scene. Everyone's throwing shit, packing bags. He's getting a gown on him. I'm like, what makes you think I'm going to have a C-section? I had no pain meds. Nothing worked. And now you're going to hit me with that block and you're going to pull a baby out of me. And it's going to be like in a movie scene where I'm going to feel everything.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Absolutely. I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
And like usually surgery doesn't scare me, but like after the day, I was like, what? And the baby wasn't even in distress. It was me. I was like in severe pain. I was like shaking. So they call it. It was like a crazy dramatic scene. I'm not going to go into it, but just picture like a Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, just rushing,
Crazy. I'm like,
because they have to take you right to the
yes.
OR.
And I'm like, I feel everything right now. Do not cut me open. To the point where the resident, I remember, literally was like, everybody. And I'm like, tied to the table. Like, what do you mean, hands off? What's happening? Because she was telling everybody to like calm the fuck down. So anyway, they cut me open. Baby comes out. He was 9 pounds. I'm
Big.
5 foot.
baby. She 5 foot nothing. Thighs ain't even touching.
They do touch and so 9 pounds, whatever. So that was like kind of a horror story. It didn't really like affect me. I wasn't like, I'm never having a baby again. But
But did you black out? Like, do you actually remember the pain?
yes.
Do you remember the feeling of the pain?
Yes.
Because I feel
Yes.
like I
Yes.
blacked that out.
No, I don't
Oh,
remember it.
all
And it
right.
doesn't really bother me. Like I'm telling you this story because I feel like it doesn't have to do with my postpartum.
Okay.
But I feel like some people that go through that, it does.
Because it was like trauma.
Yeah, it was definitely trauma.
Yeah.
And maybe I am. Like maybe it's psychological, like in the back of my brain, it
Yeah.
just like sits like subconsciously.
So that is what you call an emergency C-section.
Yes. But like usually it's the baby that's in distress.
Right.
And it wasn't. It was like I was the emergency. I was the problem.
You were the problem.
Yeah, I'm always the problem.
All right. Well,
I stayed in the hospital for like 2 days and then we go home and you're flooded with family and friends. Everybody's here helping with the baby. I had
did you feel like you were on like a high, or you didn't feel that right away?
That's a good question. I felt no, because I was bedridden for I recovered quickly from a C-section. Usually
Yeah.
people don't. Like I was talking to my friend the other day. She's like, I couldn't even hold my baby for 2 weeks. My mom had to do everything. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I slept upstairs while everybody, like my mom, my mother-in-law, my husband, and the baby were down here and they were doing everything. But
Yeah.
I still, probably by the third, fourth night, was holding the baby, feeding him, even changing diapers. Like
Yeah,
I
I
was
feel like you
doing
were
all
up
that.
and-
Yeah, but the night I was sleeping to just get my rest to recover.
Right.
So, but I recovered pretty quickly, but I wouldn't say I was on a high. I felt more stressed than I did love. So that was probably trigger one.
Yeah.
That I should
Because you were expecting a different feeling.
I
Probably.
was expecting, that's a good point. I
Yeah.
think I was expecting a whole different,
Yeah.
delivery, I guess,
Yeah.
and experience. And I am an anticipator. So I think, now that I'm thinking about it, everybody's here taking care. I know they're going to stay for like the next couple weeks.
Mhm.
I was already anticipating everybody leaving.
Right.
So I think I ruined my time.
You were
with the
thinking
baby.
about the next thing.
Yes. So I think that's what started everything. So that was a little bit of a struggle. Oh, no, I don't think I was on a high right from the jump. But again, that's okay. And then I was good for a while. I was like, this is easy. We're getting good. We're getting fun. Like my husband's getting back into the groove of his life. I'm having a lot of help right now. Everybody's like all hands on deck. So it like,
People are bringing food.
yeah, not that I didn't feel love. I just felt like I didn't feel the anxiety yet.
Do you think you suffered from postpartum depression and anxiety,
No.
or just anxiety?
Again, I'm not a doctor, but in my head, depression
Yeah.
is can't leave my room, can't leave the house, crying every day, curled up in a ball, can't hold my baby. Like I feel doomed.
Okay, so you were.
I didn't have that. I was
Okay.
my normal self.
Yeah, I
but
mean, to you,
To me, yeah, I know. I definitely wasn't. But I'm saying I don't think. To me, depression. I mean,
depression looks different.
it does look different. But to me, like I know myself, and if I was depressed, I wouldn't feel the happiness.
Okay.
I felt I was like.
Like there were moments of
Yeah,
this.
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I just definitely was anxiety. Like I
Okay.
just was like, I
So-
was
so
anticipating everything.
We were talking about anxiety. Like, to me, postpartum anxiety is intrusive thoughts. Like,
Yeah,
like you're sitting on a couch holding your baby's safe, but like you picture your baby falling off a cliff.
yeah. That is what I did not experience.
Okay.
And a lot of people I've talked to with the same type of experience that I had that. Oh my God, I was walking down the steps, and every time I walked down the steps, I thought I was going to throw my baby overboard.
Right.
Like I never had any of that.
Okay.
I was anticipating the bigger things.
Okay.
Getting back into routine, leaving the house and going to the store. And I wasn't worried about anything happening to the baby or me. I was just like worried about packing the bag and him in the car seat. And, is he like going to be crying the whole time I am driving?
Yeah.
What if I have a stomach ache? Like, how am I going to go to the bathroom? I have a newborn. Like, do I take him to the bathroom with me? Like, I was anxiety about all of that. I wasn't worried about any damaging happening to me or the baby.
So that's like a different type, but
Yeah.
it's-
Um,
and anything that you say, like it might make zero sense to me
Yeah.
and our listeners.
I feel like I'm not even making honestly.
No,
when you have
but
anxiety,
that's
you
how
don't even feel like you're making
no,
any sense.
because it's not logical
No.
Yeah.
Anxiety is made up.
in your head, and
It is
but it's a real feeling.
a real feeling. You
Yeah.
have real symptoms. That's what I try to explain it to everybody.
Yeah.
It's made up. You make it up yourself, but you really do feel it. So it's not false.
Right.
Like you're feeling what you're feeling. Your feelings are valid. And
But also because of that, it's hard for the outsiders to
people who
understand what you're
who don't
going
have
through.
it.
Yeah.
And again, back to episode 1, I am the girl who has it all together and she's always okay. So no one ever thought like,
Right.
and they still don't, even if I talk about it and tell someone like,
It's true. It's weird because like you really seem like, even when you're talking about your problems,
I know.
you're so analytical in your head that like you know what you're
Yes.
saying, you know the problems you're going through, but like you're suffering
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of my issues are related to my stomach, and this is connected. And I'm still trying to pinpoint what bothered me because I had the blues in a sense where like everybody was leaving me at
Mhm,
the end of the day, which is so normal.
mhm.
But I think it lingered because I was going back to work 3 months later, which
Right.
fuck that.
Fuck that.
I think it's so outrageous that moms are forced to go back to work in
Soon,
three
it's so
months.
soon. That's a baby blob still.
I went back in 3 months for a week and I quit my job, which again, I wasn't like, I can't wait to quit my job. I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom. Like it was a very hard decision for me. Still
And I
is. I
think
still
that
sit
weighed
with
on
it.
you too.
Weighed on
Yeah.
me. Okay. So that definitely had to do with it. And me personally, my anxiety, like a lot of people are like, I have anxiety to, walk out the door. Like I get so nervous. I have that anxiety too,
Mm.
but it goes straight to my stomach.
And
So I
then
have to go to the
that's triggering
bathroom
for
and
you
I
because you
have
don't like
cramps and
right,
I like, okay, well, now I can't leave because now I have to go to the bathroom.
right.
Like that is where my anxiety sits, right here.
Yeah.
All in my stomach.
Yeah.
I don't shake, I don't get headaches, I don't speak differently, I don't get quiet, I don't get any of like the normal symptoms you would see if you
Right.
Google. I literally have a stomach ache. And then it resorts to food. Now it's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna eat. But now I feel even more sick because now I'm not gonna eat because I have to leave the house and I don't want to go to the bathroom. Like that
A
is where I'm
cycle.
at. Anyway, I want to go off topic, but I had a little bit of blues and then I went back to work and I didn't feel right. So I left my job and I was just salty because I'm like, we as moms deserve more time off. And my job didn't give me that. And no matter what I did, I was in sales and I came back to nothing. I was a very successful saleswoman and
Mhm.
I came back to zero business. So not only did no one take care of my business like they were supposed to, because that's what I left for them, I felt like so low in my career. I'm like, how do I leave for 3 months? Like, was it my clients? Like, did they not appreciate me where they didn't want to stick around? Or I can't blame anybody else
Right.
because and then I felt guilty like now I was gone for 3 months. I just quit. And
Mhm.
that wasn't the reason I wanted to be home with my son, but it was just a lot to take in.
Yeah.
And I'm the type I'm all or nothing, so I just left. And I think that weighed in on a lot of my anxiety. And then I want to point out the fact that, and I'm sure everybody knows this, but your husband's life goes back to normal,
Yeah.
right? They also had a baby. Their life does change because they have a new
Yeah. I feel like that
life
I feel like
involved.
for men, it's like something is added into their life, a baby, which is amazing,
Yeah.
but nothing else really changes so much for them. Like our bodies change, our emotions change. We, as our identity, for
Yeah.
me at least, just changed completely overnight. And now I'm this mom. And yes, he's a dad, but like he's still doing the same things he did
Yeah.
yesterday. And I'm just doing so many different things.
Yeah, and I think this really weighed in on me. I am the top of the totem pole, always in charge, leader of the pack. Just everyone just swarms to me,
Hmm.
and I felt so isolated and so alone,
Like you weren't used to feeling those
and I
feelings.
was never used to feeling
Yeah.
that. Even if I used to love to be alone, and now I can't wait for my husband to walk through the door.
I'm the
No, you
I
really are.
hate being alone, and that's why I think I love having so many babies around me
Yeah,
because
you
I'm
do.
never alone.
See, that's why I'm not a newborn stage mom
Yeah,
because now he's 14 months and I'm obsessed because he communicates
yeah,
with me. In the beginning, I was actually alone because he was just a
right.
blob. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I was felt so alone. I felt so isolated. And my husband got up and did the same things he always did. He
Right.
got up, he got dressed, he walked out the door, he went to work, he did whatever he needed to do. He can go to the bathroom on his own, he can get a cup of coffee on his own, he can go get a haircut if he wants. He can do his normal day to day. Whereas I had to get used to the fact that I had to ask, can I go to the bathroom? Do you mind just watching him? Can you come here real quick so I can, go to the store real quick? Can you come here real quick so I can get my nails done, my hair, my anything that I wanted to do? I had to ask.
Yeah.
And it was just not something that I realized needed to be done. It's like a given, but you're not ever told that. And the hardest part for me was, I think, explaining to my husband.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think that it's really hard for your partner that didn't go through the labor and the delivery and all the hormonal changes to actually fully comprehend how different we feel
Yeah.
as humans. We're
And
just
right. And I didn't struggle with the body image. Breastfeeding didn't bother me. Like I didn't produce, so it didn't bother me at all.
yeah,
People are upset about it. Did not, nothing of that
yeah,
factored into my anxiety, which you look up online. Like those are like the main
right.
factors. None of that bothered me. I even felt so bad to have this conversation with my husband because one, he is so not he is the opposite in the sense of like anxiety. Like what bothers me doesn't bother him, which is good. Like we weigh each other out, but it's
Yeah.
also very hard for me to explain to him how I feel if you don't feel what I feel.
Right.
And I had struggled just to explain, like it almost came out as anger. Like, how don't you understand this? Like,
Yeah. A
I just had a
resentment.
baby.
Yeah.
I just dropped my career. I have to, do the same thing and figure it out as a new mom every day, all day. And you do the same. And I'm even saying it in an angry way now. And it's hard because I don't want to be angry,
Yeah.
but that's my emotion that I feel, that I felt like it almost to him comes off as it's his fault.
Right.
And that's probably how I was saying it and how I probably do say it now, but I don't know how else to
Even though
explain
it really wasn't, because you chose
I chose this
to leave
way.
work.
Yeah,
You
he didn't
chose
tell me I have to
yeah.
leave. He didn't
No.
tell me I have to up and quit my job and take care of the baby. He would have let me do anything.
Right.
He would have been like, even like the first week we didn't have our babysitting figured out. He's
Mhm.
like didn't work for like that first Thursday, and
Mhm.
he owns a company. So like, he figures it out for me, but I just was like, and still am like, you are not understanding that I don't get to just do whatever I want. I have to answer to somebody, and I'm not used to that. It's
Right.
really, and also I get really overwhelmed with making sure everything's good. Like it's hard for me to leave the house not because I'm scared, because like before my mom came to get the baby, and I'm like, okay, does he have this? I want to make
Yeah.
sure,
You
like,
need me.
yeah, I want to make sure everything's good
That's
for
why.
her.
That's the type A in you.
Correct. I was trying to explain to my husband, this is how I feel. You're not understanding that. This is why, when you walk through the door, I'm so vavaloo.
But I think it goes into the whole postpartum. It's like,
Yeah.
our bodies went through a lot for 9 months, and then we went through a lot during labor, and then we're handed this baby, and we have to figure out a new normal for our lives that mesh with our husband too, because we want them to be happy. We don't want to blame them because we're stuck in this life. Like we all wanted this.
And I don't even know if I could say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Like I almost had Gio, and I was like, what did I do?
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people have said that.
I'm like,
I was talking to my girlfriend. She actually said that.
I'm like,
Same
what did
exact
we
thing.
do?
Yeah.
And instead of like being the opposite and just like trying to be, positive and lovey and, kiss my husband goodnight every night and give hugs when he walks in the door, like the feeling just wasn't there for me.
Yeah.
I was like, I was so sad that we were leaving a part of us behind, that I forgot to remember that this is a beautiful thing that we just did. Like I heard a song the other day in the car. I didn't think I even told him this. It reminded me of us, and
She's gonna cry.
I know I'm really emotional. Just let everybody know. I'm a big crier.
It's okay.
I know I said I was gonna cry on here.
Well, it's a really tough subject to talk about.
It is.
Because your son is just one. Like you're
Yeah.
still in it.
It's almost like I also feel bad talking about all this, but I just want to be so relatable that it's like so normal. And it
Yes.
doesn't mean you don't love your kid, because I am obsessed with my child and I can't wait to just like grow with him. But back to what I was just saying, I heard a song in the car and it just like reminded me of like me and Michael when we were like, I don't know, just like giddy. And I'm like, I'm sad. I felt really sad for like the time that I was listening to. I was like, my God, like, where's that emotion? Where is that like connection? Like, is it ever going to come back again?
And it will.
And it's there in moments, but
Yeah.
you don't have it every day anymore.
Yeah.
So it's just sad, like, to just remember those times as the past, because you wish it was the present. But
Yeah.
my life is different. Our life is different. And it's hard to be who you used to be.
Yeah.
But I am at the place where I'm starting to love the new life.
Yes.
That's where you have to get to. And
It's like there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes. And it's so hard to see because I am an all-in person. I give 100% to my relationships, my friendships, my children, my parents, my siblings. And I don't give 100% to my relationship. And I know that, but it's hard for me to try to deal with my anxiety and raise my son the way I want to raise him, so he doesn't identify his mother as like
This
anxiety,
anxious person,
this really anxious person. I also don't want him to be really anxious. And I think I do a good job at that, I hope. But doesn't.
We'll find out.
We'll find out if he starts to shake in like 3 years. But I'm the type that I need to be okay with leaving that in the past. And I wasn't. I was almost like trying to pick at it in the wrong way. I was like being angry at the fact that we didn't have that anymore. And instead of being like, oh my God, remember this? Like, do you miss it? I wasn't. I was like, I was taking out, like, you don't understand. Like, I'm different. This is different. My
Right.
life is different. And to him, it's like, why are you angry with me? But to me, it's like, I just miss us.
Yeah.
And I miss our life and I miss what we used to do and be and have to, we could just do whatever we want. And we still do.
Yeah.
We just have a
It's
kid,
just to,
but it feels different.
yeah, of course, because you have this little being that is
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
family now.
And I'm still trying to, and I hope I'm making sense. There's just so much, like, again, this is like my anxiety. There's so much in my head that I want to say and that what I feel, you want to be the best mom. You want to be the best wife. You want to be the best friend, but it's hard. And I
Hard
didn't
to juggle
mention this,
everything.
but like when I had the baby, my brother got married. My best friend got married. I was a maid of honor. My other two best friends got married. I was in their wedding. You have to remember what goes with it, the showers, all the parties,
Ugh,
and just
showers.
she has never been to one shower besides
Hate
mine.
showers. Don't ever invite me to a shower.
She won't go. But I was doing, and I was that friend that was always there. So it was to other people, it was shown that I wasn't because I had a baby. And that was also hard for me because I didn't realize how much I wasn't present. But I also feel like no one gave me grace that I had a baby.
Well, just to touch on that, I feel like you don't really understand, especially with friends in general. I was one of the first. I think we were both
Yeah.
were the first to have
I
babies
was,
in our
yeah.
friend group. And it is hard. It's really hard to navigate that relationship with your friends when you're going through something that they have no idea. Motherhood is hard, and like you're in your own little bubble, and it's really hard to maintain the same kind of friendships that you've had post having a baby.
And that's exactly how I felt. And I thought I was giving 100%.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Fuck up and move on. But I want to finish this thought real quick. It's okay. We can always cut it down. But thank you for that.
Can I have a drink? She's making me nervous. Talked about herself for fucking 35
I know. Is
minutes.
that too much? Did I talk too much about myself? But I forgot. I feel like I forgot a lot of part. But I feel like, okay, so everybody was getting married and everybody was doing the things and they were all together, right? So not only did I feel like I wasn't doing a good job as a friend, they were all like hanging out and doing the thing together. Right. And I already did the thing and I had a baby. So I was like doing all this by myself. And I didn't even expect anybody to like be there for me because I never do. But I felt like they expected me to be there for them.
Mhm.
And I tried so hard. I really, really did. But
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't shown. But I was also struggling. Not only did I have a baby and tried to show up, I was used to feeling on top of the world and I didn't. And I also was dealing with my own struggles. And I know I said I didn't have body image issues, but I also was like 40 pounds overweight. So nothing fit me. And I had to go to all these parties and look nice. And I didn't feel right. And you don't understand it until you're a mom. You just don't. And I'm the culprit of that. I didn't realize, like, why are you bailing? Why aren't you coming to the bachelorette? Like, I get it.
Right.
And so I just struggled a lot with all that because I'm like, I feel extra alone because everybody's going through all this shit, this happy moments together and I'm not there and I can't enjoy it. And they, no one was.
That's why you messed up. You know why?
Why?
Should have had a baby during COVID when no one was doing anything.
That's when we met, though.
And
should have had a baby the first night I met him, right, hon? Yeah, baby. Woo!
So I had a baby during the heart of COVID. The world was shut down. It was 2020. And it was great in a sense because, like, I was 200 pounds sitting on the couch eating penne vodka and cheeseburgers by myself and my mom. Like, so I didn't feel like the FOMO of missing out on, like, my friends getting married and all of that. My labor and delivery story was during COVID. So, like, I was scared that my husband wasn't even going to be in the hospital with me delivering. And, like, you heard stories about that. And I was like, oh my God, like, is this going to happen at our hospital? That was like my biggest, like, I was so nervous about that. And I also wanted my mom, but my husband shot that down so quick. And you really only were allowed to have one person.
The mom can't come.
I'm sorry, your mom cannot come. Sorry, mom. But, so my labor was with my first, I'm talking about, was 2020, COVID, really hard labor. I pushed for 3.5 hours. He would not come out. And I remember like laying there on the table, sweating bullets, so much so that I got completely naked. I ripped off the hospital gown. I had to be in a mask. I had a mask on.
I can't imagine that.
Everyone had a mask on. And I was like, I can't push. I can't breathe in this mask. And finally, like, while I was pushing, my doctor, like, was like, all right, you can rip it off.
That is crazy that they forced you.
They forced you. Like, seriously forced you.
That is insane.
So they forced me to wear the mask. I ripped it off. I ripped off my gown. I'm laying there butt ass naked. My husband is pouring water on me. I'll never forget. My doctor was like, "If we weren't in the labor room right now, I would think this was some weird fucking porno." You're just
You love that,
screaming.
though. You love that.
It was wild. So after pushing and pushing, he finally they had to use like a vacuum. Like I just couldn't get it together. I guess I was a bad pusher. I don't know. I could not get him out, and they used like the vacuum to help, and they finally got him out. But when he came out, he wasn't breathing. He like you
remember this.
expect the biggest thing when you push out the baby, you want to hear them cry because that means they're getting oxygen and they're like okay. But he didn't, and they took him right away from me, and I was like, "What's wrong? Why isn't he crying?" But I like wasn't really like in it because I was just so exhausted from being like full on pushing for that
Yeah, you're
long.
not thinking straight.
They were like, he actually had 2 strokes, and then for the next like 3 days he had a bunch of seizures. So we were in the NICU. Long story short, he's okay, but like it was just like a tough delivery.
Yeah, he's 4, 5.
He's 4 now.
And perfect.
Yeah, he's out of the seizures. He had to be on seizure meds for the first like year of his life, but
I
now
remember
he's
that. Remember
okay.
the picture you sent us with the
Yeah,
wires?
he had the
my
EEG
heart.
on his
Yeah.
yeah. So we were in the NICU during COVID, which was crazy because you couldn't even have your phone. You had to have your phones in a plastic bag. You had to have gloves on. You had to a whole like hazmat suit, really, and you couldn't have any visitors. And our baby was in a little NICU bubble, so it was really, really hard. Like no one came to visit. Which actually, looking back now, I love that no one comes to visit at the hospital.
Yeah.
It's so nice, especially with my second and third. It was a vacation.
Yeah, you
remember?
no one was allowed to come, right?
No,
Like,
well,
no visitors.
with our second and third, you could, but we were just like no visitors.
Yeah.
We just like
Wanna
loved the
enjoy.
vacation away. It was so nice.
Yeah.
I think with my third, I like had a bottle of wine. I was like, this is the best hotel ever.
I remember you saying that.
So that was good. But my first labor was hard. My second and third were very easy, like pushed for 10 minutes and
Yeah.
they were out. And I could honestly say I enjoy giving birth. Like I think that it's fun. I like the challenge of it. I like the excitement of like going to the hospital. I really do. And it's
I
not
feel
to say that
I
it
feel
wasn't.
nothing about it.
I'm
just,
like
I'm just like
I remember with my third, I was like genuinely like excited to like pack the bag and
Yeah, I
go to the
remember.
hospital. I was like, yes, we're going. Like we're doing this, and it was fun. Like
it literally is a vacation for you.
I thought it was fun.
Something else.
But I did get the epidural. I got everything, and it was all fine. But
Yeah.
and then my postpartum experience, I really didn't have I definitely didn't have anxiety, and I don't think I had depression. But I was in this world where the world was shut down. I was in my bubble.
We talked about this. This is a huge factor.
Yeah, and like I didn't have to make any big life decisions. Like I wasn't going back to work. I knew I wasn't going back to work. I knew that my life was like staying. Like I didn't have any big
Right. Like they were saying the same. Like and also you told me this yesterday. You were in COVID, so the world was shut down. No one was doing anything around you.
Right.
So neither were you. So when you have a baby, your world kind of shuts down like COVID did, but no one else's does. But at your time, it does. So you really didn't miss out on. You didn't have any feelings
I didn't have any feelings of missing out. I'm like I'm the opposite of a germaphobe. So like if someone came over, like I would make them wear a mask, but like I'd be like, you probably,
I
if you had a
struggled
baby,
with that a little bit.
If you had a baby during COVID, you'd probably, I don't even know if you'd let visitors.
Yeah, but I was like, everybody came here and held and touched my baby, but it was when everyone did it, I did feel a certain way. So I guess I was a little anxious about it, but I still let it happen.
Yeah.
Because I knew if I didn't, I would just like drive myself down a deeper hole.
I really wasn't crazy with that.
You're not crazy like that in general. Like I'm a type A.
Well, my chill level is
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was I guess I didn't.
You know what we forgot
really
to mention
suffer
though? Mom lives 7 minutes from you.
Yes.
My mom lives 40, 45. She doesn't really, if she's like an
Mhm.
anxious driver. So she's not a pick up the phone, run here, you know, and it's not even close enough to do that. So that also played a huge factor for me that I live far from my family, that they can't just come down the street for me.
No,
I never even need the help. It just feels good knowing that I grew up around my mom and my dad's side in the same town. So it's hard for me to live 45 minutes away from my family.
Definitely.
That was a huge thing.
I mean, my
She can
mom,
walk through the door at any time.
Yeah, like if I wanted her to sleep over, she would. Just knowing, like even now, knowing like when I wake up in the morning, I like know, okay, my mom's coming over. I'm like, I could breathe. Like I know that I'm not going to be alone with the kids.
Yeah.
And I can like maybe go take a shower.
Like I had to, if I wanted to go to my family, like when he was young, which is like nervous as a parent to begin with, to leave your house with a newborn.
Yeah.
I had to drive 45 minutes. Like that was a large thought that was
Right.
like tormented in the
Yeah.
back, tormenting me in the
I
back
could
of my
say.
head. So that was hard too. But I feel like this was the life. It's hard to say this because like I wanted this life too. I mean, I had married. I want a kid. I
Yeah.
want to grow a family. But like this was, you
I
knew
mean,
your plan. You
I mean,
just knew everything.
I have to say, like, what backtracking to my delivery, like the second, maybe it was because he didn't breathe at first, but the second they put him on me, I was just like this is my home. Like he's here and he's okay. And
I'm gonna cry again.
and I just felt like it was just happiness. Like I was on that high. And I honestly feel like I've been on that high ever since.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful.
No, really, like I just enjoy it so much. And maybe I was lucky that I didn't feel like the depression or anxiety that went with it. But like, I really, truly feel like I was meant to do this.
Yeah.
And like my 3 kids, like,
I mean, you could see it in your everyday. Like was your superpower. This is where you're meant to be. And every mom is meant to be a mom at some point, right? But I feel like I don't want to identify as anxiety because
yeah,
that's not my identity. That's not
no,
who I am. And it upsets me sometimes to, and I'm so happy that you are the way you are and you didn't have to go through all that. But I envy that in some way. Like I wish I was symptom free of this anxious feeling sometimes because I don't want anybody, especially my family, my son, my husband, to think that like I don't want this life because I
Yeah.
do. But the way I project is me just like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
The way I talk, the way I speak about things, the way I handle things, it's all in all literally me trying to figure it out.
yeah,
And I want this life, but I just I want to get rid of, it's not fun to
yeah.
feel that.
And I
It's
think
not.
that you will. I mean, so my oldest is 4. Not that I had anything that you had, but like just right now within this year, like you have to remember, I was never, by the first birthday, I was always pregnant again
Right.
for 2 times
never
in a row.
sat with it.
I never sat with it. And body image was a huge thing for me. And going into our next topic, we could talk about how like my body just, I'm a very sexual person and you are too. And like I just didn't feel sexy. And that for those 3 years, like
I couldn't even think of, I forget that. I was like, feeling sexy was like the last of my list.
Right.
Like, I didn't even
Like, you
care about
think
my
about all these
body.
things,
Everyone
right.
was like, oh my God, my body, my body. I was like, I didn't even give a fuck. I just wanted to get rid of my stomach ache that I woke up with every day. Like,
No,
shit.
yeah.
So, but I feel like we really talked a lot about postpartum and there's so much to say. But we do have another topic that we really want to get into. We're going to lighten the mood a little bit because this plays a factor in everything. Again, like there is so much to say. This is not who you are. This is not who I am. We're just trying to speak about something that women struggle with when they have a baby, and it's okay. It's not
Yeah.
who you are. You don't love your kid any less. You
No.
love your family. You have a great life still.
And 1 in 7 moms suffer from postpartum.
They do.
Yeah.
And no one fucking talks about it. So call me.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have another topic that's really important to us, and we feel like it is very suitable for this, but
It's going to be a little lighter, a little more sexy or not sexy. The real talk about how your relationship with your husband changes after having a baby. And I wanted to, I need to get into like the sex of it. Absolutely need to get.
yeah, baby.
Because like, when are we having time to like have sex with, like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Like, so I remember calling my girlfriend and both of our husbands must be like the Denunzio
It's a
gene.
denuncio
They want to fuck every day, every second of every day. I'll be walking up the stairs.
Yes.
It would have been when I was 200 pounds also. And he'd be like fucking full pinky up my ass.
Yeah.
Like, get away from me. What? And then he sends me a meme like, if your husband doesn't touch your butt while you're walking up the stairs, they don't really love you. I'm like, okay, then don't love me.
Stop fucking touching me.
Like, don't touch me.
Just sweating thinking about it.
Please, like leave me alone.
No, but like, are all men this sexual? They have to be, right? It's not just our husbands because sex is like top of mind whenever, wherever. We could be so late walking out the door. Like
"Babe,
we have
real
to
quick."
be in court or something. Like I can't think of something serious. That's like just something serious. That we
yeah,
do.
no, but
He
like,
would
a
miss
quickie.
it.
Yeah,
Have time to do that.
I
I'm like,
know.
are you out of your freaking mind?
I know. And it's funny because like pre-baby me, like I would be down. Like I'm down. And like even me now, like later, I'm down now. But like there was a
You weren't down for 5 years.
it was a 3.5, 4-year mark, 4 years, let's call it, where I was not down. And I remember calling my girlfriend and I was like,
and I'm a sexual person. Like I love sexy. I love like a man thinking I'm sexy and all that. But you are like sexual. Like you want to do the grimy, dirty.
I'm a trisexual. I'll try anything once.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but that's a lot for you to say.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean, and I feel bad for him because he was going through it. Because if you're
that's
used
another
to
thing
this
that
way,
postpartum came in because I'm like, I feel bad. My husband's not having sex with me.
Yeah. So I just have to say this. Like
My
I
father
remember
was gonna kill me.
Dad, if you're out there, if you're listening.
If you're not sailing,
Ugh.
setting sail.
I called my girlfriend and I was like, I just don't understand. Like, my husband wants to fuck me, like, all the time. Like, I don't even want to fuck me. Like, put the lights out. Like, I don't want to. I just don't understand why they always want to have sex. And if I don't feel good, like, I don't want to have
Can we
sex.
get a voice from the person in the back, please?
And also, like, can we just talk about one thing? I need to talk about something.
Tell me.
Are there moms that are masturbating out there? Do we have any momsterbators out there?
Tune in.
Because, like, if I don't feel good about myself, like, I have played with my kids all day long, and the last
Let
thing
me go to
I
my
want to
room
do
real quick.
is play with myself, let alone, like, I just don't understand.
I don't either.
Like, if I don't feel
That's
good,
the
like,
last thing on my mind.
no, I mean, that's like, it's
Like,
crazy.
imagine me like getting ready to set up and getting into it after I just like changed a shit diaper.
Right? Like,
I probably have
who's
shit
saying that?
between my nails.
Yeah.
And now it's gonna be somewhere I don't want it to be.
No, you'll get a yeast
I'll
infection.
literally get a yeast infection thinking about it.
Actually, this is funny. This was going to be my mom confessions, but my kids know, do not touch mommy's nightstand, because one time Vienna got into it,
I remember this.
and I literally like I probably slammed her finger shut, and I was like, don't go in there. She was like,
that she's scared.
I was like, I saw a spider in there once. Don't ever go in. I think there's laying spider eggs. And now they will never, ever touch my nightstand. It's like a forbidden spot, and I love it.
That's hilarious.
Yes. So spiders are in my nightstand. Children.
Yeah, don't go in my nightstand. I'm not even gonna go there.
What's in your nightstand?
Mine's too far to reach.
Postpartum, your libido is dropped. You're just
Yeah.
not into the sex.
Not
Most
inside.
people. I mean, maybe
I had
there are
zero
people.
sex drive.
Yeah. And that was really hard for me.
I mean, I am like, there's like 3 days out of the month where I'm okay.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'm either crying,
When you're ovulating.
screaming.
When she's funny.
Yeah,
horny.
there's 3 days you could talk to me out of the month because I will. Those 3 days I have to have sex with my husband. The other day I have to like be nice to my kid, and the other I have to like call everybody back
Yeah.
because I haven't called them in a month.
You hate talking on the phone.
Hate talking to them. So I mean, forget after having a baby. Like
Yeah.
sex is like the last thing on there, and I feel like it gets worse. I feel like you have so much more in like your baby grows up. Like you really don't have time to have sex, and you don't feel it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's you have to figure out ways, but like I told you this the other day. It's like, is your head actually in the sex if like you're watching your monitor? Am I into my husband, or am I watching my baby sleep? Like, where are we?
No, that's literally what I think about. I'm
Yeah.
like, we're gonna wake the baby up, and if he wakes up, then he gets to leave, and I have to like he
Yeah.
took a 30-minute nap.
Right.
So we can't do this right now.
No, like I'll never understand that. And like now my oldest is getting into the age of where like he will open the door and walk in, and like
That is
I'm
worse than-
so scared of that.
So scared of that.
It's worse than having sex next to your baby in the
That's
bassinet.
not- I don't know what's worse.
I'm not sure. Well, it's like a blob. Do you let your dog watch you have sex?
My God. I'm not even gonna tell you what Bama does.
He humps. He has
Humps.
sex.
He
he's-
licks my husband's butt.
No.
I'm like, we cannot do this
So
on
you're
the couch.
telling me you're a threesome? That's just wrong. That's some
No,
bestiality shit.
And also, like, I know it's a dog, but like, he can't be in the room.
Okay.
My dog cannot be in
All
the
right.
room. He's
Leave
watching-
the dog.
He knows
Leave the
and
dogs
he's
and
gonna-
babies outside.
He's gonna judge me the next time he sees me. My dog. I
Yeah.
can't. It's not a thing. But so let's circle back a little bit.
Yeah.
Our relationship after having a baby.
It's hard. It's hard. If you're a mom and you were into it, I want to hear from you,
Me
because
too.
it really took me a good amount of time to get back there.
And my
But there
husband-
is hope. I want to let you know, if you're in the thick of it,
Yeah,
like,
there's help.
there's hope. You will get
We're not
back.
there yet.
No. There's a lot of factors that I think
Maybe
play
this is
into
why
getting
people
back.
have babies right away, because it helps them just like have sex all the time, and it helps their marriage.
I know, but then sometimes it turns into like a chore. Like, oh,
Yeah, we were just talking to somebody.
no
we're
name.
saying somebody
I-
that's like
yeah.
a chore for them.
Yeah.
I mean, not there yet, but my husband, this is crazy, lives off of sex, but his happiness comes from like sexually encounters with his wife.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
nice.
it really took a toll
Yeah, I mean, same.
on him
Yeah.
and us.
Just as
I
men.
am when my brain
Yeah.
is elsewhere.
you have to
can't
be
be
in it, right.
sexual. I can't get into it.
Yeah.
I just can't.
I feel
I'm
that.
not that person that can turn it on like a man.
Or
can.
if you do, you're just faking it,
I'm totally faking
and that
it.
sucks for that.
I can't,
and
I'm not
you.
a faker.
And like,
I will
who
never
wants-
fake.
Yeah,
So that took a toll. I mean, one, your body is like atrocious, whether you had a C-section
and
or a natural birth.
and
Forget
the-
that.
like my boobs, they were so leaky.
Yeah.
I felt like a cow. That was my thing. I breastfed all my babies for 3 years. I breastfed. I felt like I was not even a human. I was just a cow. I
Yeah.
was a cow, and my boobs were meant for them. If my husband even graced my tit with his hand, I cringed like it was
Like
like
someone
my,
just told me this the other day that they didn't want their husband sucking their tits because that was for their baby.
I just didn't
I
like
didn't
it.
feel that, but that's a thing. Like,
Yeah.
don't touch me. My body's for my baby.
Yeah. And you really
That's
feel like that.
crazy.
Yeah.
That is just goes to show what women do. We don't want our husbands touching our tits because that's what my son or daughter sucks on.
Yeah. And actually, I saw this article that I just want to mention because we kind of touched upon most of them, but there's 8 things no one told you that would happen to your marriage after having kids. And I thought these were like pretty relatable. One, you start to feel like a roommate with your husband because like you're both doing the tasks and
When is
kind
it
of
over?
I kind of think, I don't know,
When was it over for you?
maybe now. I don't know.
I kind of still feel I still have a lot of those days.
Yeah, there's definitely roommate days. And
I
then,
hate it. At the end of the day, I'm like, what is
yeah,
this?
it's like, what are we?
That's
What are we
literally what I
doing?
say
Yeah.
sometimes. I'm like, and he is like, why are you upset? And I'm like, nothing. I'm just like, I'm tired. But like in my head, I'm like, what is this
Yeah.
relationship right now?
Yeah. No, I agree. Date nights don't fix everything, but date nights are very important. And my mom always told me this. Friday nights, Saturday nights, whatever night, just find some time. It
I
doesn't
know.
have to be going out. It
We're
could be
struggling.
having, yeah, it could be putting the kids to bed, putting on a movie.
Yeah.
Or just like finding time to not just lay next to each other and scroll your phones because we have a huge problem with that. And I'm sure a lot of people do.
I know, because at the end of the day, like, you finally get to scroll
Yeah,
on
like
your phone.
it's like your time, like that's fine. And my husband always says that whenever I throw my phone down, I'm like, okay, so are we
What are we gonna
He's
do
like,
now?
just because you put your
Yeah,
phone
right.
down.
I do that too.
Well,
Like, what are you
yeah.
doing? I put
Yeah.
my phone down, put yours down.
You'll argue more, which I think is true.
Yeah.
You'll miss the old version of yourselves, which you touched upon, like when
I
you were
totally
playing
do.
that song. You really do. But it's not to say that this new version is bad. It's just like it's like a new beginning. You have
just
to
have
like
to
rebuild.
accept the fact that this is it. Like,
Yeah.
you can't dwell on the past. The past is the past, and it's like you had a beautiful life. Like,
Yeah.
have another beautiful life for 40 years. You
Yeah.
just have to get to the point where you're okay with it.
Yeah, intimacy will feel different, which we talked about. You might question your connection with your husband, which I think is a big thing because
Huge.
like you married each other because you do love each other. And I always say this to Joe, like think about our vows. Like sometimes when we hate each other, but like we actually did love each other. Like we signed up for this. If you dive deep into why you fell in love and like it's hard for us because it was so long ago that like we started this life together, but there is something there. There's a true connection. And with everything that happens in life, there could be deaths, there could be babies, like all of these things, but it circles back to like your love.
Michael brings this up a lot.
Yeah.
Vows.
Yeah.
And not that I don't think about it, but to me, we did our vows. He holds it against me in a good way. Like, we made a vow to each other.
Through sickness
This is
and
what
in
we
health.
said. And every time we argue and every time we are like, don't want this anymore. We're like, we can't do it. We're at the point where I'm just like, I'm done. Like, when you get to that stage, you just like say whatever you fucking have on your mind, which I'm a really bad culprit of that. I don't know. I gotta get better. He always is like, I vowed for XYZ. And when he says it in the moment, I'm like, fuck your vows. But when I lay my head on my pillow, I'm like, that is all you can ask for in life, for your husband to
want to go back to that.
Like,
and feel
that
those
is what
things
it's all
that
about.
they felt. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, back to what I was saying though.
Yes.
I want to just touch on like resentment real quick because someone told me one time, just men are not going to understand. Just get over resenting your husband because there's no point. I'm like, no, because I'm the type that it'll eat me up until I talk about it. So let's figure out this resentment piece that I feel and then we can move on. So I feel like the resentment, which I don't resent my husband. I literally don't. He's nothing wrong. It's not his fault that I feel the way I feel and my life sometimes feel the way it feels. But I can't help but watch my husband leave for work every day and pursue a passion and resent him for that, right? It's normal.
Right.
I can't help the fact that he gets to get up and I'm gonna go get a haircut at 10 o'clock. Nice. Like, I can't help it. I don't want to. I know I'll get over it. But it just I have a little bit of resentment that his life just continues and mine didn't. And that is also a factor in our relationship sometimes. Like, it's annoying and I hope that there is a light at the end of that tunnel, but that's also normal. Don't think it's not.
Yeah,
Resenting is normal.
And I think we need to just touch upon things that actually helped. Things that helped us get through this. The baby's alive.
Hi, baby.
Should Gio make an appearance?
Yeah. Okay. I love you.
So things that actually helped with the resentment, which are the things which I could touch upon when my husband goes to work every day.
Oh, I like that.
When he comes home, we're working on it, but I want him to take all his final work calls in the car. I want him to walk in the door. There is 2 seconds of time that he gets that my kids are running to the door screaming, "Daddy, daddy, daddy." And if he comes in on the phone or like, then he misses that. He misses the excitement of my kids being there's that's the best part of their day when daddy walks through the door, which is so fucked up because like, hi, here I am.
I've been here all fucking day.
But it's the cutest thing. They literally run to the door. Whatever they're doing and daddy's home, they run to him. So
I love
my
that.
thing is he needs to just put his phone down, get out of his work mode, be present when he walks through those doors and enjoy the daddy's home.
Yeah.
And
That is huge. I
Yeah.
love that.
and then
Advice.
and then we also talked about how it took us a while to get here, but how can I help you right now? In this moment, right now, what can I do to help you? Whether it be help me cook dinner, give them a bath, help with bedtime, like in this moment right now.
Yeah, what do you need?
Not like go upstairs, take a 30-minute shit. Like I don't need that.
No,
That will not
we don't
help
need
me.
you going to the bathroom right now.
No.
Yeah.
I need help with whatever I say in that moment. That will help me
Yeah.
tremendously.
Yeah. I feel like Michael and I feel like you might have been here a couple of years ago, like where if I bring that up to him,
Mhm.
like, I just want you to be present when you walk through the door. Right now, because we're just like in this weird phase, he's taking it as I have a job. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not at that point yet where he's taking, like, I might be saying it in a way that he's taking it like that,
But
but
I do think it takes time. Like,
Yeah.
and it takes time, like,
he's
even
taking it
as
as
a
me like a
dad.
negative. Look, I
Yeah.
just really want you to be present instead
Right.
of walk, because he does that too. He walks in on the phone and I'm like,
Yeah.
Gio's here in front of you and
Yeah.
he wants to see daddy. I don't want him to see
the
that.
switch kind of happens when the dad or the partner, whoever we're talking about, that is the working person, walks in the door. When they actually see their kids so excited to see them, like
Yeah, then it
you
splits.
miss that. Like
Yeah.
if you're in another world
That's
and you're
true.
not living it, then you miss it.
Yeah, we're not
And,
there
like,
yet.
And my husband says like it's probably like what 5 to 7 years that they get excited when daddy walks in the door, and then it's just like
They're sitting on the couch.
right, they don't give a shit. So like these moments are really important and special, and
Yeah.
they're big moments. They might be little moments in the time, but they're big moments
Yeah.
to look back on.
And I have to say, Michael and I, have had a talk where how can I help?
Mhm.
Because at one point he was just like cleaning the dishes. And I'm like, that's not what I need you to do
Or
right now.
blowing the leaves. One time before a party, Joey's fucking blowing the leaves. I'm like, this is not what I need. I do not need you to make every leaf on our lawn go away. I need you to be setting the table or
Yeah,
something,
right.
or running to get
Yeah,
ice.
yeah,
Something
yes.
more important
Yeah.
than fucking
Blowing
blowing
the
leaves.
That's like where my husband was at. And he's like, I'm helping you. I'm like, no, that is not what I need from you.
But they genuinely think they are helping,
Yes,
which is sad.
And that's another part of my anxiety. I'm like, I feel bad. Now I
Right.
feel like a bitch, and
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I seem that way. But now we're at a stage where he literally asked me, like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
What do you need me to do? So now he knows he does bedtime, he does bath,
That's
unless
nice.
like there's a factor where he has an event or he's out late, then I
Yeah.
do it all. But we've come to, he asks me, like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, all right, well, why don't you change him and I'll start
Yeah.
dinner, or vice versa. And I feel like that is in a trend of the right direction.
Right.
My husband and I don't hate each other, by the way. This is not, I hope we're not pictured.
No,
that
but we're
way.
real
Yeah,
fuckers.
real fucking shit. But I love that advice. I'm taking that from you.
Mhm.
I hope you heard that. He probably didn't.
He'll do it when he's editing.
Yeah, he'll do it when he's editing. But that's really good advice. I feel like the off the clock thing, like I'm off the clock and you're off the clock.
Yeah,
All hands on
I like
deck. I mentioned that last episode. Just setting boundaries, obviously, and setting boundaries in the sense like we got to get a little bit better at this. Just like when are we don't go take a 30-minute shit upstairs. It's
Yeah.
not time to go do that. Know what I mean? I don't get to take that time for myself.
Right.
That's where the resentment builds up. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not literally talking about you can't go upstairs and go to the bathroom, but I'm talking about like
No, but don't.
yeah, like don't go make your tea and sit on the couch and watch TV. It's not the time.
No.
But and lastly, just like times are different. I know all these moms out there, like even my mom is like, we didn't have that, we didn't do that. But times are different now. And I hate that they are, because I wish I lived back in the day. Life would be so much easier.
Yeah.
But just like it's not the same as it used to be. My husband helps me. My husband changes diapers. My husband does this and that. Like times are different. Like it's okay to, you don't have to do all the work. You know what I mean? Which I feel like we do. We're the default parent. But your husbands can be there for you and be involved. Like it's all right and all good, and they should.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're going to get into mom confessions.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. I feel like this was like.
We talked it.
We talked it. We walked it. We sang
Scrap
it.
it. No,
We
shut up.
drank it. Everyone's telling you to shut the fuck up, so I'm going to shut the fuck up. Anyway, let's go into our confessions. We have a bunch of confessions every episode where people are giving us their scandalous mom confessions they have. And I'm not talking sexy scandalous. I'm talking like dropping your baby in a pack and play, not wanting to tell anybody, but we're telling people.
Yeah.
So we're going to read them off real quick. We want to do this every episode. So if you have a mom confession, please let us know. We want to make this a thing. So go ahead, Em.
You want to just read them back and forth?
Just read them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was so paranoid postpartum that I convinced myself I hit a child in the Whole Foods parking lot.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't leave my son in a bassinet because I thought he would roll out of the bassinet the first week of his life.
These are anonymous, by the way.
Yeah,
We're not going to mention
all
names
anonymous.
ever.
I thought a man at the mall spiked my espresso. I lied to my husband and told him my six-week postpartum checkup didn't go well and my tear wasn't ready to have sex.
But it was ready.
Honestly, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
I rewashed the same load of laundry 3 times because I kept forgetting it was in there. I feel like I do that all the time.
Same.
My kid was having a tantrum in Target with my mom, and I actually pretended like I did not know them. Nap trap struggle. I've left my youngest home sleeping before to run and grab my toddler right down the road from school so I didn't have to wake the baby.
That's crazy.
I like that. I take my kids to PetSmart and tell them it's the zoo. So anytime we pass the PetSmart, they scream, "Can we go to the zoo? Can we go to the zoo?"
That's funny.
My husband and I asked to borrow or return our cousin's air fryer when we know they aren't home so we can go to their house and bang on the bathroom floor. I sometimes
Was that
spray her
house and
perfume.
was that you?
I sometimes spray her perfume and pretend to be her.
I just aired out her dirty laundry.
We just need a place to have sex.
That's so funny. Did you really do that?
Right now we have the air fryer, so we might be returning it when you're in Vegas.
We have a camera, so don't fuck around.
I know, but sometimes.
That's
you know.
funny.
All right, and that's it.
That is so freaking funny. I
Right.
love all those mom confessions. Our episode 2. Do not forget to watch us on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe.
Don't forget to try Juicy Tits. It's really
Guys,
good.
Look
I'm gonna
at
have
this
another shot.
vodka bottle. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want juicy tits? Who am I
You,
looking?
you know what's cool? Going to a bar and be like, "Yo, can I have a shot of Juicy Tits?"
You'd
Like,
be
I'd be like, I would head
you
turn.
would literally
Like,
get laid.
Oh, I
after
want that. Juicy Tits.
Same. So Juicy Tits, subscribe to YouTube, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and
Have a great week.